Hey, we finished a prologue? That was like 6 hours? Because last stream was 4 hours. This was 2 hours so far. So 6 hours for the prologue. Estelle, are you in there? Joshua? Dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roasted basil chicken and onion soup gratin. It sounds so good. I'll come down later, so why don't you go on ahead and eat? Alright. I'll make sure to come down before your food gets cold. The Wheel of Fortune card again. Something really is going on. I just can't see what it is. Huh? Where's Estelle? She said to go ahead and eat without her. She didn't seem to have an appetite. I see. She took the news a lot better than I thought she would. I'm not surprised she doesn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father. I agree. So what do you think about all this, Shara? Is it an accident or an incident? To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad's a top-class bracer when it comes to crisis management. He's the best there is. Whichever it is, if your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved. But the fact is, an airliner along with your father has gone missing. In other words, what you're trying to say is that things shouldn't have happened. Wait. In other words, what you're trying to say is that things shouldn't have happened, right? Don't lose heart on me now. You need to be a stout wall of support and bear Estelle up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out. Man, it sure smells good down here. I can't stand it any longer. What? Estelle, are you okay? I'm so hungry I thought I was gonna pass out. Oh, this looks so good. Bon appetit. Aren't you two having any? This is great. The basil flavor really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua. Well, thanks. Come on, Shara. Don't you just sit there, too. Do you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? I'm sure there's a bottle of Steinrose that's about 20 years old in there. I don't really know much about alcohol, despite being legal. Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old, too? Shara, what do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry, Estelle. I'm gonna have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing in your room? You didn't come down even after Joshua called you for supper. Huh? Oh, right. I was just looking for some extra underwear. You didn't need to tell us that. I was having a bit of trouble finding one of my favorites because it was stuffed in the back of one of the drawers. TMI, Estelle? Underwear? Oh, and a set of gear for traveling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone, so I figured as long as we're prepared, we'll have nothing to worry about. So what you're saying is, you intend to head to Boast to find your father. Duh. That's a no-brainer. And while I can't imagine anything bad happened to him, despite his horrible luck, waiting around just doesn't suit me, so I'm gonna check things out for myself. Plus, we wouldn't have a game if we just waited here. You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say, but... you're so rude, Joshua. But you are coming along too, right? Of course. However, it looks like all airliner flights have been cancelled until the army finishes their search. It seems like the only way to reach Boast is on foot. Walk to Boast, huh? I wonder how long that's gonna take. For a bracer on foot, if they hurry, they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well. Really? You'll come with us? But aren't you busy with a bunch of other jobs? Hey, I trained under your father, right? Did you honestly think I'd just sit here when something could have happened to the person I owe so much to? I'm gonna talk to Aina and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member. Shara. We really appreciate this, Shara. You really shouldn't be thanking me. I just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies. I hate to say it, but you're probably right. Ah well, since Shara's along for the ride now, I do feel a bit more confident. We appreciate you coming with us. And myself as well. Anyway, let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. I'll need to explain the situation to Aina. Alright, so I'm assuming the game is like, oh, Chapter 1, Disappearance of the Lind. We go to these regions. We have our premise now. Prologue is fairly lengthy for this game. I mean, yeah, it is like, you know, it's a Trails game. I'm pretty sure Cold Steel's prologue wasn't long. Like, they had... Cold Steel 1 had like 6 chapters, and counting the prologue, so technically 7, if I'm not mistaken. The prologue itself wasn't very long, but each of the chapters were lengthy because they were like field studies and then the school time, so those would take a while. I understand the situation now. To be frank though, with Charizard taking off after Cassius, I'm going to be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about him. Well, please don't worry about anything, not about him. I really appreciate this, Aina. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone. He should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload. Don't you think that's a bit harsh? Don't worry, if things get hectic, I'll ask for help from the Grand Cell branch. By the way, Charizard, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk with you about the job you were doing. Sure, no problem. Estelle, Joshua, can I have you 2 wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute. Understood. Shara? If we're gonna be waiting, would you mind if we did it out in the front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, then let's meet up in front of the clock tower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself. Got it. Come on, Joshua. Sure. Septium calendar 1075. Erected in partnership with Labro Royal Family, Septium Church, and Rolent City. Destroyed during the 100 Days War when Rolent was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. Those Erebonians were built with the cooperation of the citizens of Rolent. Every time I see the clock tower, I always think, they sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. You could sure feel the spirits of Rolent's people from it. Estelle? Joshua? What do you think about going up with me and waiting until Shara shows up? You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind. Okay, come on. I knew there was going to be some kind of scene up here. The morning air is so refreshing. Hey look, Joshua, we can see the house from here. You're right, I can see the roof. Do you want to tell me what's going on since you've always avoided coming up here? I was under the impression you didn't like this place. I like this place, but I just can't casually come up here. Because this is the place where my mother died. What? Oh, we're gonna get the backstory here? 10 years ago, during the war, when the Imperial Army surrounded Rolent, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try and get the citizens to surrender. This was at the time Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower. And when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. When I came to, I hardly had a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble. And as I cried, she sang my favorite lullaby. But when they finally dug us free, after the war ended and this place had been rebuilt, I avoided coming here for the most part. It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just, when I come here, a part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I felt that I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her. Estelle. But today's okay, right? Relying on her just this once. Asking her to bring Dad home safely. Asking her to protect him. Of course it is. And don't worry, Dad's safe for sure. Your mother's protecting him, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue. Just like your mother did for you, and you can do the same for your dad. Don't forget, I'm here to help you too. Joshua. I know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I could stay by your side as I am now. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, you've always got mine. So. Huh? Joshua, you're trying too hard. You shouldn't say things like that so lightly. What do you mean? If I were any other girl, I would totally have misinterpreted your intentions just now. You seriously are the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future. I'm already starting to get worried. Well, excuse me for trying to be nice. Why do you have to be like that when someone's genuinely worried about you? Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now. I guess as long as I did get some kind of thanks, it was worth it, looking like a complete fool. But you are unbelievable. You guys are gonna end up together, like, come on. Don't be so mad. I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Shara's waiting for us. You're probably right. Mom, I finally realized why I wanted to become a bracer. It's so I can become strong and protect others like you. So please watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad back home safely. Ah, the two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why, my cheeks even feel a bit hot just thinking about it. What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us? I mean, like, you told Sherazard to wait here, so... Give me some credit, will ya? I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an orbital camera to get a shot of that view. Come on. What are you trying to say, Shara? That's called family bonding, plain and simple. It's kind of like your habit of hugging everyone after your third bottle of wine. Oh, let's not get into that. What's with the sign? You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Well, whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there? Yeah, I even asked her to watch over Dad. At first I was like, who's Lena? But that's her mom. I see, then I guess it looks like you're all set. You know, Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed. I think you may be giving her a little too much credit. Now that you mention it, you met Estelle's mother before, right, Shara? Yeah, when I was a child. I was still in a troupe at the time. Troupe? Yeah, a troupe in the traveling circus. Shara was a dancer. Although it was a long time ago, we first met when she came to relent with the circus. Yo, best girl Jean, Lunar 2. 12 years ago to be exact, I was 11 and Estelle was 4. So Estelle's 16, so that means you're 23 now. And because of that chance encounter when I became a bracer, I trained under your father. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance. Are you about ready to head to Bose? With airliner flights cancelled, we'll have to make our way to Bose the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we'll need to make our way to the Vert Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Bose region. The Vert Bridge is located at the west end of the Milch Main Road. Looks like we're all set, let's go. I'm gonna go look at my quartz, actually. We haven't done anything with quartz in a hot minute. And slots. Joshua's a little... Actually, no, you guys have the same amount of slots opened. Shara has more slots open than Joshua and Estelle. So we'll open one slot with Joshua, and then we'll open one with Estelle. And see what kind of quartz we can get. EP cut would be really nice. So I'll take EP cut. Speed plus 10%. I don't have Earth. We should get Earth. I guess I'll take EP1. What does Eagle Eye do? Can see enemies from a distance. Oh, is this gonna... I gotta see how that actually works. Oh, this gives you Soul Blur. I'm like, yeah, why not? Just having EP cut is good because it lowers EP cost. You're already stocked up. Information. Be able to perceive enemy status. I don't want to waste a quartz slot on that. This is like fine. I just have it. And this gives me Earth, which is Stone Hammer. Bum, bum, bum. This is only a time slot. Time quartz only, all quartz. Okay. I'm curious to see what, like, how Eagle Eye is gonna operate if I want to, like, use a slot on it. Because I do rather have, like, arts. It's still up for debate. So maybe I can buy some new weapons here. Or maybe I should wait till both. At least give me the spikes for Estelle, because she has no shoes right now. Yeah, that's good enough. And I'm assuming Shara already has, like, all the latest equipment. We definitely need to get some goods. Some tier bombs, and then definitely some reviving bombs. EP charges we need. Because sometimes we run out of EP and we need it. Liberal News issue number 2. Accident, incident, details inside. Oh, they had these in Cold Steel, the news and stuff. Obviously, they weren't liberal, but they were, like, you know, related to the events in Cold Steel. I think we're ready, though. I think we're just ready to go to, what's it called? To Bose. Chapter 1, City of Relent. I'm really curious to see how, what's it called, operates. Eagle Eye. And see enemies from a distance. Oh, this shows them on the mini-map. It is really good. We can use that for, like, when I'm trying to escape battles. Like, when I'm not in the mood to fight, like right now. I can use that, because that is really good. It makes, like, quick traversals really easy. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's really nice, actually. Bum, bum, bum. Well, for this is Estelle and Joshua too. Hello, Mr. Ashton. And this is Sherazard, if I remembered correctly, right? Good afternoon, sir. We'd like to cross over into the Bose region, so we were wondering about getting a pass. Let me guess, this is something to do with the Lin, doesn't it? Yeah. Estelle explains that Cassius was aboard the missing airliner. Goodness, Cassius was aboard? This is major. I'll issue you a pass right away. Hey, gate pass. Thank you, sir. Is it alright if you issue us a pass just like this? What are you talking about? I know you kids by face. As a member of the Royal Army, I should do my best to cooperate with the Bracer Guild. Ah, but one other thing. Huh? Be careful if you have any errands at the Hawking Gate north of here. You might want to hide your identities as bracers there. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I can't say any more about the matter. If you intend to investigate the incident, please do so with discretion. I pray to Adios for Cassius' safe return. It doesn't matter who holds the Eagle Eye, you'll see every enemy no matter what. Fun tidbit, you can choose who's up in the front / who you're controlling. Oh, can I? What button do I press for that? Like, I can lead as... You're saying I can, like, roam as Joshua instead of Estelle, for example? It would be really neat if I can figure out the button to do that.